right, guys, welcome to Unwoke and Opinionated. So, in this video, I want to react to an article out of USA Today. Now, everybody's heard of the whole Sydney Sweeney fiasco. I just want to add my 2 cents into that and give my unwoke and opinionated analysis over this situation because no matter which sides you take, well, no matter what you hear, there's always going to be some curbing of opinion. There's always going to be some wokeness to it because anyone really giving their take on this situation is probably more so doing this for attention. I mean, because it's basically a non issue. This is one commercial with one pretty chick in it. I mean, growing up in the 90s, that was every single commercial. And no one was referencing gene superiority or anything that they're trying to insinuate or take away from this moment to have their own viral moment. So again, this is a fake news issue. So let's just say that off top. That's my first unwoke take on it, is that this is something that is only being done for the TikTokers and the IG uh, clicks. Secondly, um, it's capitalism, guys. It's what we're getting back to. The socialists, the matriarchy have had their time in the sun. You know that 2020 to 2025. You know, 5 year the past 5 years have been all feminist agenda, and they see that that's not a moneymaker. It doesn't bring in the money they thought it would. It's at the end of the day what it's all about anyway. So you combine these two factors. Um, Number one, it's a non-issue. It's fake news. It's there for clickbait. And number two, the feminism argument, the male gaze argument, those things just aren't making money. And these brands, these companies, they need to make money now. They've lost money the last 5 years, submitting to the woke mafia, whatever you want to call them. And now they're ready to get back to the business of making some money. So let's go ahead and take a look at this article here, and I'll just react to some of the paragraphs, and you guys let me know in the comments below. That's where the real discussion will take place. All right, so it starts off with "Move over, Kendall Jenner. There's a new tone deaf ad starlet in town." So right already off the top with the sarcasm, you might remember the Kendall Jenner ad that she did, which featured the. It was right in the height of the Black Lives Matter movement right after George Floyd. She was trying to make some reconciliation between the police and the public, and to a lot of lefties, it had the opposite effect. So they're referencing that whole situation. Y'all could look that up. It says Euphoria star Sydney Sweeney, known for her curvy figure and blonde locks, popped out as the face of American Eagle's newest campaign this week, and some viewers are sounding the alarm, calling the ad blitz a dog whistle for eugenics. And you see, that's the problem here. Anytime you have to sound alarms and refer to things as dog whistles, it means you're digging. You're searching for something to be offended by because, I mean, this is a slap in the face to the people back in the 50s, 60s who endured real life racism, life threatening racism. This is a slap in the face to say that that's the same thing as looking for dog whistles and having to sound alarms to things that people weren't even paying attention to. How are we going to get rid of racism and sexism and all these isms if we always have someone trying to point it out to us every time we look around? It says it wasn't so much that the denim itself offended. Okay, gee, thank you. Because I mean, what's next? We're gonna hate the color blue, as it was the language, Sweeney. No doubt the marketing minds at AE were using to hawk it. In one of the several videos for the campaign, Sweeney, clad in a denim on denim fit, dabbles in some wordplay, telling cameras genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. Hello, that's true. I mean, what is the left arguing, that genes don't play a part in hair color, personality, and eye color? I mean, okay, there we go, reaching. Says the internet has a wild obsession with Sydney Sweeney's body. She got it. She got in on the joke. My jeans are blue, she continued, with jeans doing double duty as the camera panned both across her true blue denim fit and her blue eyes. With the lens lingering intimately on her figure and the apparent sensual tone throughout the campaign, consumers were quick to point out what they saw as the regressive nature of the material. A blonde bombshell catering to the male gaze, they argued, was a quintessential symbol of a bygone era. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is what the feminists thought would happen. And this is why they're so mad, because they do want to see that they want to see beauty, feminine beauty eradicated. They want to see feminine tone eradicated. They only want that stuff to be exhibited in males. Now, that's the problem. If it was something that males would be responsive to in a way that made them softer and kinder and more gentle, then it would be all good. If it was putting males in their place. But because this is something males would enjoy, the feminists are freaking out because they do not want men and women to have any kind of interconnection, any relationship with one another. They need to destroy that, and they thought they were making progress. But go back to my second point is that doesn't make any money. And money makes the world go round, not the feminists. All right, let's go a little bit into, let's finish it out with a little bit more. And then you guys tell me what y'all think about all of this. You can see that I'm definitely uh, against what these feminists are trying to do, and definitely can see what the scheme is. And if this wasn't in the social media era, and if they weren't so desperate to reclaim their power, they wouldn't be freaking out or sounding alarms to stuff like this. They just need something to gather around and hate. As Trump is no longer a main target because he's already in power, and after this, they won't be Trump in power. So they're looking for new targets. They're looking for new things to gather people around. So if they could rehash some of these old issues and get people to gather around that, I'm sure this is what they want to do. Um, it says, how far back do you plan on going? Do you still want to vote? You accept these jobs that objectify your body. Fight the patriarchy. Don't join it. Again, I mean, that's the obvious play right there. Fight the patriarchy. I mean, what patriarchy are you talking about? The patriarchy that put the country on the path to success, the patriarchy that cured more disease, housed more homeless, fed more people than any other in the world. What is it that these people hate so much about the patriarchy? I'm scratching my head, honestly, that trying to make it a four-letter word. What, matriarchy is a better word? Um, it says even more concerning, critics argue, was the use of Sweeny as the archetype of good genes. Oh my God. A conventionally attractive white, thin, blonde woman with blue eyes being held up not just as a beauty ideal, but as a pinnacle of good breeding, bordered on eugenic thinking, they asserted, and contributed to the glorification of whiteness. Oh my God, these are the same people who support abortion. If that's the main eugenics tool, these people who support the main eugenics tool have the nerve to be calling out eugenics. I mean, I almost got to end it there, folks. I mean, that hypocrisy is insane. Insane. But let's keep going. Defined generally as the use of selective breeding, aka abortion, the human race, through emphasis in desirable traits and pseudoscience of eugenics, has a dark backstory used in the past as a vehicle for racial violence and sterilization. Lifting Sweeney's genes up as good, critics said, notches into a painful and dangerous history and tightens the bind whiteness has on the beauty ideal. These people are absolutely sick in the head. Okay, that's offensive to me as a black American, as a member of the race that suffers the most abortions by liberals because of the recommendation and pushing of liberals on that onto the communities that I'm from. These same people have the nerve to be criticizing eugenics. Guys, we have to use our heads on this, okay? Um, this is a fake news, and people should be outraged at their argument of eugenics when it comes to this, because that is the same thing that the left use on us. So you guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments below.